Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful kimono cowl drape dress. Let's get straight into the business. So the first thing you need to do is to fold your fabric into two equal parts. Here I'm using Duchess fabric. So I got 4 yards for this length. So after folding into two equal parts, you fold again as I'm doing in a triangular form. From that cut side, you fold on top of it, but in a slant form as you see me doing, making sure that it's long enough to be ×3 of your waist measurement. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to mark out that drape side. So I marked 5 inches by 9 inches. So after marking it out, then I rolled it. That is me rolling it. Then that part will be cut away at the end of the day to form that drape effect. So the next thing I need to do now is to measure my length. So the length is 40 inches from the waistline. So that is me ruling out. I added 2 inches sewing allowance. So then you need to confirm too. The down part has to be your waist measurement. You know, the down part of the style is a bit smaller, so I'm using my waist measurement. So this is me repeating that drape part because I noticed it wasn't clear. 5 inches by 9, then rolling it out, then cutting it out. So I said that part will be cut out, so to form that drape effect. So this tie, I'm using Duchess material. You will need to work a lot with pen so that you'll be able to hold your fabrics together. So as I'm removing from one part, I'm adding to make the fabric stay in place. So I've cut out that drape side. So the next thing is to cut the waist area. So that is me cutting the waist area. The waist area will be longer because we need to pleat it. Then that's me cutting the side all the way down to the length measurements. So this is me adjusting it. So you cut the down part. So I want to pin the drape side so that you can see what I'm trying to say. That part that I cut away, this is me pinning it in order to show you how it will look like after sewing it. So this is how it will look like. It will form that drape effect at the side of the dress. So that's the center front or the center back. You can decide to use either of the side for the center front or center back. So that's one side, and this is another side. We folded the fabric into two parts. So this is the other side. So I'll pin that side also. This is it. So you want to sew it, definitely you make the right side and right side face each other. So that's it. So as we've noticed, the upper part is really wide, so it's because we are still gonna pleat it, and we will make sure we pleat it in such a way that it will now be the actual waist measurement. So I'll still be teaching you how to calculate your pleat, but before that, let's move to the upper part of the style. So for the upper part, you fold your cloth into two. So I'm using 20 inches for the wideness, leaving 1/8 sewing allowance and for the center front and center back. So now I measured my afghan measurement. This is me measuring the actual afghan measurement. The actual afghan measurement is 16 and a half. So I added 1 inch sewing allowance to it, making 17 and a half. Then I remove, it's having band. I removed 2 inches allowance from the band. So I measured 15 and a half inches. I hope you understand. So I marked 15 and a half from the other side too, and at the middle, then I ruled it out. So after that, I marked my neck measurement. I'm using 3 inches. I don't want it to be too wide and I don't want it to be too deep. 3 inches by 6.5 inches for both the front and the back. So I wrote that straight line for the sewing allowance, both for the center, back and front. Then I make the V shape. So the next thing I did was to mark my shoulder slant. So I slanted it by 1.5 inches. Usually our shoulder is slanted, so we need to follow that and slant it to make it come down. So that is been ruling it out. Then the next thing I did was determine how wide my armhole is. I used 9 inches from the part where I slanted. Then for my waist measurement, I just went in by 2 inches. So the waist measurement is going to be wider than your usual waist measurement because you are going to pleat it as well. So you can just remove 2 inches from it. So after then you cut out the armhole area to the side down to your afghan measurement, then you cut it down. So the next thing I did was to cut my slanted shoulder. So you cut it all the way through to your neckline. So you make sure you follow that slanted part that you rule. So see the way I'm doing it. Then after that, I will cut my neck. So both the front and the back is same depth. Then that side that is straight is the sewing allowance. Then I will open it back up. So that's your center front and your center back. So this is how it looks. That V part. When you sew that place up, this is how it should be like. So you are going to pleat it. You know it's white, you pleat it as well so that it should be your exact waist measurement. I'll still teach you how to pleat it. So let's cut a band. The band, I'm using 3 inches. The actual measurement will be 2. So I'm adding ½ inch sewing allowance at the upper part and half at the lower part. So this is the waist measurement round plus the allowance, zip allowance. So the waist measurement is 32 plus 3 inches zip allowance. I measured 35. So this is me cutting it. Then I'll open it up. Then I'll put hairstay or your normal stay on it to make the band firm. So let me just pin it so that you'll see how I'm going to add the pleating, how I'm going to do the measurement and all so that you can get it. So I've used the pin to hold it together here. So I'll be teaching you how to make the calculations. I'm having 4 pleats. Then I want it to be a total of 8 inches at one side. You know, the waist measurement is 32. So one side, each of the sides should be 8 inches. So I'll measure what I have aside the sewing allowance. This is 16 inches. So you minus 16 minus 8, you're having 8. So your fold, 4 fold, 8 divided by 4, you are having 2 inches. So that means your inner fold, what you'll be folding inside will be 2 inches. I love to use 1.25 for the outer pleating. So 1.25, 2 inch, 1.25, 2 inch, 1.25, 2. That's how you do it until you get to the end. 1.25 inch, then 2 inches. So your outer fold will be 1.25. The inner fold will be 2. Check what I'm doing. The first one I mark is outer. So from that point to the next mark, you fold it inside, then pin it. You now have 1.25. From that point to the next 2 inch, you fold it, then you pin it. The next 1.25, leave it, fold just the 2 inches inside. Leave the next 1.25, then fold again till you get to the end. So that is how to do your calculation. You minus the excesses you have divided by the number of pleats you want. So now if you confirm the measurement, after leaving the sewing allowance, you have 8 inches to the center front, then you see 16 inches. So that's how to do your calculation. So for the back, is gathers you'll be running through the back. So now, how to sandwich your band? You notch the center of the band. So you make sure you are placing the center to the center front like this. Then you place another band that you've notched the center. You place it. That's how you sandwich it so that it will be neat, both the inside and the outside when you turn it. So let me try and pin it so that you can get what I'm saying. So this is me pleating it all the way through the upper bodies. So this is how it will look. You see, both the outside and the inside is neat. So now to the lower part. In order to do the pleat also, you measure what you have for the down part so that you will know the excess you are going to pleat. So I'm having 24 inches. I've already leave the sewing allowance. So the part we measured is a quarter of the waist measurement. So 24 inches minus the quarter of the waist measurement, which is 8 inches, will give us 16. So we are having 4 folds. So we'll be dividing it by 4. So 16 inches divided by 4 will give us 4. So that means our inner fold will be 4 inches. So I've already marked 1.25, then 4 inch, then 1.25. It has to be that 1.25 if you want your upper pleat to align with the down pleat. So the inner fold does not determine whether it will align or not, but rather the outer pleat, that is that 1.25. And it has to align because the way the style is, the beauty is that it should appear as if you are wearing a dress with belt. So the pleating at the upper part should align with the down part. So now I'm folding the inner pleat. I've left that 1.25 inch. Then I'll fold the 4 inch inward. So then I'll pin it. After pinning, I'll leave another 1.25, then fold another 4 inches inward, just the way we did for the upper part. So I'm just repeating, I'm making sure I'm showing it, I'm emphasizing on this so that you can get it. So that's quarter of the waist. That is from the side to the center front. So that's 8 inches. So I want to confirm whether it's 8 inches. So this is it. Can you see? That's 8 inches. So that's how I'll get 8 inches all the way around to give me 32 inches for the waist measurement. So I'll do for this other side also. So for the other side, you mark same 1.25, then 4 inches, 1.25, 4 inches all the way through. But if you notice, the pleat is backing each other. So from the center front, the two center fronts, the two pleats at one side, one is facing the side, another one is facing the side. Do you get? So that's how you make the pleats, leaving the outer fold of 1.25, then folding the 4 inches inward. So this is me pinning it. So this is it. I'm emphasizing on this because this is the major part of the style. Without this, the style, you're not really getting the style. So I confirmed the measurement. I saw that it was 8 inches, 16 inches all together aside the sewing allowance for the front. So I'll repeat the same thing for the two parts at the back also. So I'm done with the two sides. Then this is how you join it to the upper part, from that notch part of the band to the center front. You can you see that it's aligning? And this is because I maintain that outer fold of 1.25. You can decide to use 1.5, 2 inches, depending on what you love to use, but the beauty is let it align and you get this perfect piece. So you go ahead and sew it and join them together. So this is me cutting the facing for the front and the back. So because I want it to be so neat, I don't want to use bias or tape it, so I'm cutting facing for it. So you make sure you use your both the front and the back piece to cut it. Then you can just cut it, and you can just use a freehand method to cut the down parts. You don't necessarily have to measure out how wide you want it to be. So after cutting it out, you place it on it like this. So this is how you place it on it when you want to sew it. It's going to give you that neat effect. So I'm done making the gathers for the back. I'm done turning it with facing. I added the rope at the back also before turning it to the facing. So this is how it looks. Then for the band, I mentioned you use interfacing. So I ironed out soft stay to it before joining it to the front part. Remember I said you make it a sandwich. So after sewing it, this is how it will look. It's going to be neat both in front and at the back. So then you go ahead and join your down part to it. You make sure that it is well aligned. You start from the center front, joining into the notched part of the band. Then you carefully pin it all the way through so that you can ensure everything align before you start sewing. So you can see now how everything is aligned. Can you see how the upper part and the lower part is aligned? So I'll go ahead and sew it all the way through. Then I will add my zip to it. I really hope this video helps, and if it does, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You can share it with your friends and family. See how beautiful the clothes looks on my pretty client, and look at the back with that gather effect, then the front with the pleat effect. See you in my next video. Peace and lots of loves.